We have a race here so far. We got RJ versus Natalie. We're looking at E-Tank, ammo, speed booster, gravity suit. Looks like it's pretty friendly so far. It doesn't usually, like, the least friendly seeds are something that's like gonna deny you key ammo or something. This is immediately something we can follow with the gravity suit too, so that's nice. Makes you feel like you're going in the right direction. The colors of this Meridia throwing me off a little bit. Both of them going straight up. You don't really have that many power bombs here, so it's kind of risky to check some of these doors. They're hoping to get to this map. Another super pack for Natalie, RJ just behind. Also another missile pack here in the high jump E-Tank room. Another shaft room. It's kind of funny. I'd expect something like the top to go to a different room just because of how massive this is. or to a different area. Spring ball, a nice find. Not really that useful, but will help with some not having to use bombs in some places. And you don't have that many power bombs here, so that's nice. What we have so far, the lack of power bombs is kind of holding people back a little bit, I think. And the lack of like finding a good place to farm for them. Oh no, Metroid Room 4. Something that you want to, you don't want to see that when you're not expecting it. We'll see when this gets back live for me. It went down for me too, as they're just trying to fix the sound issue here. Oh, that sounds synced over on RJ's side now. Natalie, thinking about how to get to this map. RJ, already almost there. It's looking like this is gonna be Phantoon. Yeah, amphitheater is not the way you want to go to get there on one tank. It's not the nobody really wants to do that. Oh, RJ going for the hypo jump here in Bubble Mountain. I approve. Sometimes it's about sending a message, you know? Oh yeah, the Metroid room right into the heated room. You can deal with that with just a bit more careful. It looks like she's gonna head back here and try to check out the landing site stuff, and or is she just trying? Oh, 1 health for RJ. It's calculated, calculated. We'll probably missile that Ripper just for the 20 health drop. I think we're gonna see Natalie be a bit more careful with power bombs and stuff here. RJ found a power bomber. Nice. Finally, a place to farm. Yeah, you're gonna want to get these power bombs for Natalie here, and that'll make the rest of it pretty comfy. What we are gonna see here probably is, well, we're gonna see how comfortable these runners are with Phantoon. Natalie got stuck last time. Looks like she's looking to get more power bombs again here before proceeding. RJ doing a spring ball jump here now. Off the wall. Nice. You don't have to get too far out on that one. So you can usually just buffer it. There's some where you have to wait quite a while to get around. Oh, the rare Phantoon up here. At the top right instead of the middle. So we're gonna see how comfortable RJ is here with this fight. First round. Mid. Taking a few hits from Phantoon there. Didn't get too much off that top layer. Fast here in the second round. I always like right mid here. Hopefully this is a right mid. It almost was almost in a really bad spot there. You want to be careful here too. You don't want the reserves to trigger automatically and get a double hit off Phantoon. So you see that's why RJ did a manual refill there. He's not super comfortable sniping the openings. Phantoon almost hit now. So it should be a successful fight. Slow. done. While slow is annoying, I guess it's not so bad if it gives you more opportunities to farm. Although it is a bit harder to snipe Phantoon there. Hoping that was going to be a reserve there, but sadly, or an E-tank for a refill, but sadly it's just a reserve. Now heading right over for this map. Do we see Ridley and Criteria? There's a couple majors in that sand pit right past the pants room. So that's gonna be behind grapple. Alternatively, it could be behind, I think, Ice Beam and X-Ray. Natalie also opting for the spring ball jump here. Doesn't look like she got the morph. This one looks like it'll be good. Gonna farm a bit here before going into what she presumes is Phantoon, but is just gonna be... I forget what it was, actually. Most welcome would probably just be a save or something. RJ farming up some power bombs and health again here in the firefield room. Looks like he's resetting it because it's dark and scary. Can be pretty hard to navigate without the lights on. It's a nice missile refill for Natalie. Full missiles for heading to Phantoon here up at the top right. Gonna be getting it. Not getting that reserve. Never mind. If you mistime the shot a little bit, it can be kind of hard to actually get that. So there's the grapple beam. Alright, so that's gonna unlock the 2 sandpit items. So I expect RJ to head right over there. Natalie taking quite a few hits here in that first round, but does get a nice snipe on that opening. As long as you're crouching in the corner here, you should be safe. Phantoon's first opening on a reappear. Oh, RJ taking a death there. The Metroid's got a hold of him. How much? He lost a lot. He hadn't saved in a while. There was no saves over in Bubble Mountain. Natalie getting close on Phantoon here. Nicely done from Natalie. It was looking a bit scary the first couple rounds. She took quite a few hits, but managed to clutch it out. Get the Phantoon kills. She's going to get the map soon too. And then was also going to be faced with needing to get back through the Metroid room. Checking out the map. We see Ridley there. Norfair is over there through Coliseum. And yeah, so you're gonna want to get that grapple, get those 2 majors, and then head to Norfair. I think that's what's going to be happening here for people. There was a save in Bubble Mountain, it looks like, but it was at the top right. See if Natalie takes it before heading back. Or if they feel comfortable. Actually had that wall jump. But just, I guess, didn't expect it or missed the second one. Aren't you going for another spring ball up here? Only heading back for right side Bubble Mountain here, trying to get the tricky wall jumps. Nicely done. Expect she's going to take this save and maybe pick up this missile pack too. RJ did lose quite a bit, although it won't be exactly 10 minutes to get back to where he was. Efficient spark to get over there quickly. Not exactly what he wanted to do, but it's always kind of funny when you see that happen to a lot of people. Very good players have done that. Natalie getting that grapple beam. She's gonna have to be careful here. See, she's deciding to... Yeah, so manually reserving here. Getting over that Metroid's important. Nice. One more here. Alright. Made it out. Might be taking the refill and the save, probably. RJ filling up these reserves here on these fire fleas. Wants the best shot he can for Phantoon and for escaping after. Natalie rushing back here, heading to, she's going to the pants room. We're gonna see what these two sandpit majors are. Is this in logic, actually? What do you need for this to be in logic? Like, I typically grab jump this, but it's not trivial. Yeah, spring ball plus bombs is actually pretty comfortable to do this. Ozzy is saying in chat. You just kind of, oh yeah, so use the power bomb and then do the little jump through the hole. RJ going for Phantoon here. Still struggling a little on these doppers. Lots of help there though from Phantoon. Trying to go for the spring ball there off the wall. RJ almost there on Phantoon now. Gets the kill. Natalie considering her options. I think it's always nice. You can open up the map rando page. You can always check out the logic for the rooms that you're going through. It does feel kind of slow to do that in a race setting, but you know, races are practice too. But I kind of encourage people to use those resources while playing. Yeah, RJ taking the save this time. We're gonna see them go get that grapple beam and then head to where Natalie is right now. Does take a couple hits on the violas there. The full drain, I think, wasn't intentional, but it happens sometimes. Alright, this time RJ has a save, so if the Metroids get them, they're they're not gonna lose that much time. But gets through here. Still just maybe 30 seconds behind here. Spring ball jump from the sand is in logic. Interesting. Natalie does make it. Just have to navigate these menus here. Get away from them. Don't let them hit you back down. We have a plasma beam, so that's not progression, but it is nice. And what's our second major here? Varia suit. Okay. That's what we're looking for. Quick little farm here at these bugs. It's a nice farm spot. So that's one half of being able to get Ridley. Still looking for Charge Beam, which will come up eventually. RJ trying to navigate the sand in the pants room here too. We are going to be getting our first peek at Norfair pretty soon. So we have most of the key items, so we're going to see a lot of rushing maps and looking for bosses. There are still some scary rooms that might come up though. Like the energy tanks are still pretty low, and something, even though you have like that room, this is a scary room. RJ also going for the spring ball jump. Oh, almost made it. Alright, so Natalie right into Norfair. We have green pirate shaft. Yeah, Metroid Room 4, especially from the bottom, you have to know what room you're coming into to be able to deal with it. and you can die very, very quickly. So you need to have a plan. You need to have plans for that room. There's another place that grapple can be useful. More stuff behind grapple. Well, actually, I think you could shine spark this. Maybe? Oh, this short charge probably isn't in logic. RJ gets up there, getting that plasma beam. Gonna be getting the Varia suit. And then we'll be here in not too long. Trying to make the same decisions. Yeah, the grapple's definitely in logic. I was just trying to determine what step in logic it was. Key hunting stairs. It's nice to have plasma beam for that. There's the Phantoon hallway. The down door, so it's kind of going away from the map now. Save point? Might be Croc to the right. I think it is. Just down here. See if she checks it. No, she's turning around to go towards the map. A good save to have though, if sure you went a little bit the wrong way, but if what you need to do is over there, you can save time with the quick reset. RJ trying to navigate this Metroid room as well. One Metroid doesn't do that much damage. I think with this kind of health and like these suits, you just go run for it and run into some Drinkas along the way. Because you don't take Metroid damage while you're still flashing from the Rinka hit. On harder difficulties, you can be expected to get through without taking a hit, but I don't think that's the case here with the hard trickies. It's another power bomb pack. That's nice. You don't have to worry so much about farming. Especially without morph bombs. It's kind of a nice quality of life thing to have. And then a third pack would let you crystal flash, which would also be nice. Natalie trying really hard to get to this map. This is not the easiest to get to. It was very, very far. And it hasn't been a very straightforward path to it either. We'll see if RJ can make up some time here by just getting a better path to this map. So you can get this item. It is a little spooky though without regular bombs or screw attack. I think you would need to spring ball jump to get through. Here, Natalie's gonna need to charge a spark to get up the Red Tower to get to the map. There's a lot of room here, so I think it's definitely the logical way up. Oh, fast pillars. Scary room. That power bomb looked a little too far from the pillar. Gonna need another one. Probably will need to pause here. Oh no, managed to jump out of the acid into the plasma spark room, as it's called. Map is right here. What an ordeal to get to this map. Alright, so we see Mother Brain there, we see Dragon all the way back. Kraid there. Alright, so that's all of the bosses. We just need charge. Or ammo. Ammo's pretty far, so I think you would want to look for charge. So Natalie does have a save pretty far back, which is over near Kraid, which could be useful. But I would probably go check that major first. So this all depends where their charge and ammo is going to be. I didn't see too many X's for supers and power bomb. Oh, this is a not 4-tiered. So I didn't see too many options for getting the E-tanks and supers and everything. Nothing too close. And there's many areas right off of here. RJ getting that uh, super missile. Hopefully they can spring ball out of here. I don't think they know they need to do a spring ball jump. I don't think you can. Maybe you could run for one frame. Oh, yeah, here we go. They're going for a spring ball. Let's see what Natalie gets here. That was that ice beam, I think. Nice. It's not what we're looking for yet, but pick it up, it helps. Which unfortunately doesn't get that spring ball. It's gonna have to go the long way around. Scary room. We don't want anything to do with that. Ow, that's a rude crap. Natalie is still on manual reserve, so it is a little bit spooky. Arjun going for a spring ball up here. There are a lot of majors up here, so this is looking pretty likely. Going through Three Musketeers, obviously no one's favorite thing, but might not be necessary. We'll find out. There is that one major that is quite close. That could always be charged as well, not some of the further ones. RJ going here to spark Red Tower. The spring ball jump was... I've never tried to spring ball jump it, but you probably could. It's just probably not easy. It's probably very tight and tricky. RJ also finding his way through fast pillars here. The extra super pack for Natalie. I think she'd rather have an E-Tank in that situation. I know I would. I'm just assuming. Especially just for the health refill. Alright, so this one is just the wave beam. gonna see where RJ decides to take this. He's picked up a little bit more ammo. He could conceivably go for ammo on Mother Brain and Ridley, but it's still quite far. Making quick work of these enemies with the with the full beam minus charge. So every room becomes a farming room. Alright, so we have space jump here. It's a nice movement item. Natalie deciding to get this hollow dot up here. E-tank. Makes things a lot more comfortable now. RJ, another E-tank. It looks like they might want to... They do seem to be playing more towards ammo and hollows, but maybe they just want to have the E-tanks as well. Right, another major here for Natalie. X-ray scope. The wrong filler item. It's not what we wanted to see. There's one more major, it looked like, at the top of Everest through the volcano room. So we'll have to run back for that. It definitely feels like they're looking for supers. I think RJ does have the ammo here to kill Ridley with the power bombs. But still pretty far from being able to kill Mother Brain. The last major screw attack. So it hasn't been super helpful coming this way for Natalie. Like these are all nice items to have, but when we already know where all of the bosses are, you don't really feel good about finding all the nice quality of life things. Like RJ's coming into Meridia, gonna be peeking around. Also finds the room that nobody wants anything to do with. Natalie, checking out the map. Like you have to go so far here to get to Kraid and Dragon. There are a couple of areas near Dragon, it looks like, so it's not... Things might not be too far out of the way. Especially with Torian and Wrecked Ship being smaller areas, so it might be easier to get to the map. It might be closer. There'll be less items in the area likely, but it's not necessarily what's important. It would be two areas that are kind of on the way versus one area that's quite far out of the way. While jumping off that ripper there to get up through Red Tower. Nice. RJ heading towards more hollow dots here. Another E-tank. The reserve tank. This is why playing hollows usually feels bad. There's just so many E-tanks and reserve tanks and power bombs. Natalie coming to Mama Turtle. Just 2 power bomb packs. So it's a little far from actually getting the Dragon. It's kind of a long one way. They're gonna be high-fiving here in the gauntlet. When you are playing for ammo, it is very important to be picking up missiles because the good thing about missiles is you know that it's a missile. Natalie's sitting at 25 supers and 25 missiles. It's still pretty far from Mother Brain. Need at least 1 more super pack and like 3 more missile packs or something. Let's see if Natalie checks out Torian here while she's there, or if she's going right to... Okay, so she's going to be checking out this Holodot. It looks like she has no intention of heading to Torian then. For Mother Brain, it's 30 supers in map Rando, since they do double damage here. But then you also need something for Mother Brain 1, so that's the equivalent of 36 missiles, which is usually 18 and 3 or 14 and 4 that people do. Natalie is checking out Brinstar here. Oh, that is 2 quick items. We really want to do a blind sand pit here because we already found 1 sand pit. RJ just going to be heading over towards Kraid. I think there was a couple missile packs near Kraid as well. Oh, Natalie picks the correct sandpit. There's a major here. And it just bombed. Natalie's trying to find the way back up here. I think it will be on the right, and it's gonna lead into the Decora room. No, they already saw the Decora room, I think. But I like what RJ is doing here, focusing on objectives and getting the stuff that you can get. It's the second boss gal for RJ, Phantoon, and now Kraid. I think RJ probably now gonna head towards Dragon. Yeah, going to grab this missile pack. Good call. Still pretty far from being able to get Mother Brain, but like a super pack would almost do it. What I'm kind of expecting here is doing Dragon and then heading into, I think it's a wrecked ship, to see if you can find anything. There's also those two hollow dots kind of underneath that looked like it was through the Key Hunter stairs room, which could be interesting. Are you going to be short charging? Trying to spark up? We made one attempt at it. clears all the pirates. Probably doing a spring ball jump here. There's a couple more majors over there for Natalie. Let's see if she goes to grab those. She already has most of the majors. It's very likely that it is charge. Does look like she'll be grabbing the ammo she finds along the way. Doesn't get the quick grapple there, RJ. Shoot some missiles into her. Gets the nice right side grapple where you just stand up against the wall and you wait. On her way to check those majors, there is some ammo along the way, so I think it's fine to go that way. She did get that extra super pack out of Meridia that RJ isn't going to be able to have. Looking for a place to refill or anything. It doesn't seem like there's a lot. You could farm this Metroid room. I don't remember if that refill was the double refill or not. Was there no charge out of those two items? I saw the high jump boost. Maybe she only checked the one. She does have to start making her way towards, oh, the other one's not attached. It's off of, Aqueduct here, off the middle door, I think. So RJ opting for the ship refill here before fighting Ridley. There's actually 2 items in this. This could be 2 mages. Super and charge. Great. Everything was both things you wanted. So Natalie is definitely in go mode now with this ammo and with charge. She's gonna have to make her way to Kraid and to Dragon. Kraid is quite far out of the way. Along with having to go back to kill Ridley. I think you would kill Kraid first here, and then do Ridley and then Dragon. I think Ridley and Dragon, it doesn't really matter the order. I guess it's fine either way. I guess this seems to... This is actually a little bit better than what I was suggesting, to come do this immediately. So we're gonna have 2 Ridley fights at the exact same time. RJ, this is his 4th boss, but he's still quite far from doing Mother Brain. Whereas with Natalie, it's his 2nd boss, but still has to go out of their way to get to a very far out of the way Kraid. So it's all gonna come down to like where is RJ gonna go for ammo. Natalie gets the Ridley kill. RJ has to be a lot more careful in this fight. He doesn't. Every missed thing is a lot of power bombs. It does look like RJ will need to do a couple power bombs. There's 14 supers. I think Ridley had about 300 extra health. Run when he turned red. Not quite dead yet. Now he's dead. Natalie with the quick microwave kill here on Dragon. Nice. Gets the stand-up visual cue there, so you know she's dead. I would imagine RJ is gonna run for the two hollows that are just below here. And then we'll probably go into Brinstar looking for ammo, and we'll check. The Aqueduct had one missile pack. No, they're not going to go check those out, looks like. RJ trying to take out the Decoro with that spark. Looks like they're coming for this ammo refill. Natalie gets the crate, quick kill. Just has to clean up here. It's out of the way, but there's some rooms you can get through pretty quickly. RJ gonna be making use of this crystal flash tech. Forgot to put Varia's suit back on. That's kind of funny. Do they think they have enough ammo? Is that what's happening here? Even if you fully break the glass, this isn't enough. What they have here is exactly enough ammo to kill Mother Brain 2. Natalie pulling into the lead here. Turns off the wrong item. Well, RJ is still missing ammo to do Mother Brain 1. Yeah, Natalie definitely has the better loadout here. Oh, that rude French fry ketchup. Gets the fight done. Gonna be heading into the escape. Decides not to damage down. Just gonna let Mother Brain throw some onion rings and stuff. Those are some rude last second onion rings, man. Alright, heading into the escape. 3 minutes on the timer. Through the decor room. Looking, gonna be running through, is this X-ray hall coming up? Place when you can get like some speed, space jump through it. It is pretty far for being just 2 areas. RJ heading back? Looks like RJ realized they don't have enough ammo, I think. Or they're coming for a save. Alley through Cack Alley. Almost there now. It is nice with these long escapes. It's more lenient because of that. And get your GGs in chat for Natalie, 131.06. Taking the win on the restream. We'll see if she wants to come to an interview or not. Oh, there's one super. One super for RJ. I think this is enough now with breaking the glass. We'll see how RJ does here. It's too bad he didn't realize the ammo mix-up until now. I would have saved some time. I think Natalie was still gonna pass him, but you know, it still feels bad to have to go back. It's always scary doing that short charge above the pit. If your short charge is too good, you're just gonna fall back in. RG taking the save here. I'm gonna be heading back to Mother Brain. These are all some annoying rooms and stuff too that Natalie was able to take with space jump and stuff when she had to come back through them. Alright, back up to Mother Brain. So we can't miss any ammo. He has to do exactly oh. No. Wait. Alright. He's gonna be shooting the Zebs out now. And he'll have to go fill back up on those bugs probably. I'm not sure if there was a better farm nearby. I didn't pay that much attention to it. You see Natalie in the waiting room, so she'll join us when she's ready. RJ doing the little dance from under the frozen bug. I love when that happens. It happened to me in Metroid rooms a lot. RJ into Mother Brain here. Can't miss a shot. Can't miss a single piece of ammo here. Needs to do exactly that's. Uh-oh. That's a lot of pieces of ammo.
Hello.
GG, Natalie. Congratulations on the win here.
Thank you, Simo. That was a fun one. I had to actually pull up the logic page there.
Yeah, I was talking about that. I was suggesting to people that they probably should do that because I wasn't sure if the what was it, the pants room was in logic without high jump.
Yeah.
I know it was with bombs and spring ball.
Oh, interesting. I've only practiced with spin jump, or sorry, space jump and the flatly jump with high jump boots. So I was not expecting that.
Yeah, the flatly jump is nice. What I usually do with spring ball, if I have bombs or like a power bomb, is you do like from the ground, you do like a bomb diagonal bomb jump, and then you can spring ball jump out of that because it still counts as you're on the ground. Bombs are
Interesting.
weird.
So is that another tech I could have used there?
Yeah, but I think you only had like one power bomb, so
Yeah, they were really stingy with the power bombs in that one.
yeah, and I know early you were off to like a little bit of a lead, but it seemed like you got locked with the you didn't have power bombs and you were struggling to make it through the rooms that were there.
I did. I saved with one power bomb and I used it to get spring ball, and then I ended up reverting just to get my power bomb back. It was rough. I knew I was losing a lot of time doing that, but I had to explore more.
Yeah, and then you did find that good room for actually refilling your power bombs, the waterway that was
Yeah,
helpful.
with the, I don't know what you call them, the slugs.
I think they're zeros, I think.
Zeros?
RJ was a bit luckier, like he had one extra power bomb when he was up there from something. And maybe you just saved earlier before using power bombs. So he was able to get a bit further, so he passed you there for a while, but then he took a death and coming
Oh
back after
no.
killing Phantoon in the Metroid rooms and he hadn't saved, so then he was back in the wrecked ship shaft. It was rough. It was rough for
Yeah,
him.
I saved right before the Metroid room, because I've struggled with that one before, and then I'm just gonna say it, I got lucky on the Metroids. I was able to damage boost off the Rinka to use those iframes to get through them, because that room usually gives me a lot of trouble.
Yeah, yeah. You had a lot of suits to be able to get through it, so that's always nice. And yeah, if you can hit the Rinkas, it's really good because then you actually stop getting damaged by the Metroids for a while.
Yeah. And then from there, I felt like I was moving really well. Um, and it was also at that point that I recognized this map. I've seen this map before. The items were very different though than they were the last time I had played it. Um, it did not help me at all. The knowledge. Um, let's see. This was really interesting too, where sort of after getting to the top of where were we? Norfair, and getting to the map and then having to make a decision of like, oh, well, Mother Brain's right here. Do I want to explore areas and hope to find charge and ammo to fight Ridley and Mother Brain, or do I want to just start going for bosses and see what happens? And so I checked out Meridia, which looked like it was going to pay off a lot, but it turns out Brinstar was the answer.
Yeah, there is 4 majors up in Meridian. We're like, oh, this is pretty likely, and then you got like X-ray, and screw attack, and space jump. I mean, they're all nice items. They're all nice items to have, but it's not what you're looking for when you already know where all the bosses are and everything.
Absolutely. After Meridia, I think my routing was okay because I still wasn't sold that I was going to find charge. So I wanted to find hollows to see if I could get enough supers. And it was not nice to me for a while. I was at 15 for a while. Um, and then I was debating on if I wanted to go into Torian or not. Um, I just decided that Torian was more out of the way. And I figured I could get hollows anywhere and hope for supers. Like, a blind check is a blind check, right? So Brinstar kind of in the middle of all the bosses, so let's go for that one instead.
Yeah,
And if I had,
was like between them, and it was mostly on the way. So was I think wrecked ship. It wasn't too far out of the way. Like those are kind of reasonable to go check for ammo if that's what your play ends up being. What I found kind of like scary or annoying about this seed is you end up like you're playing for charge and you go get that major after you get the map, and then that major's right by Meridia, so then you go into Meridia, and then there's all those majors there, and it's nothing that you really wanted.
yeah, like a fly into the trap. I got baited.
Yeah, so it feels like ammo would be good, but then also just watching RJ try to play for ammo, and it just didn't really seem to pan out very well either.
Yeah, it kept wanting to give E-tanks and power bombs. I'm looking at his right now. He's got 20 power bombs, and I'm sure he didn't pick up all the ones he saw, but 3 reserves, 6 E-tanks. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really not nice with those.
No matter what you do in this seed, it's just not gonna feel good to play unless you just end up in Brinstar.
Yeah, I
On
think
your
there is a route where you
ideally.
go to Brinstar. Um,
I think you could maybe kill Kraid and or kill Dragon or kill Kraid and Dragon and then check out those areas for something, but I don't know. It's still
yeah, there was a
it's
moment where I
iffy.
was over by, I was in the Croc Speedway, and I had saved, and there is a, there is an argument to be made of like, well, I'm here, let's just see what we can find. And if you do that, you do end up finding Kraid, and you might end up finding Brinstar too. Um, and since you've already got Gravity and Varia at that point, Charge Beam is actually kind of just right there. If I had just kept going through East Ocean, you end up just getting more supers and charge, and from that point it's just go mode. I mean, you still probably need the map for Norfair, but you can just go. I think
Yeah,
that's what the God route ends up looking like.
there's definitely that. I think you had like an opportunity to I don't know if your save was still there, but you had saved down near towards grade. So if you still had that, you'd be able to like reset Meridia.
Oh, that's an interesting idea too. Yeah, getting the map and then saying like, nah, Meridia's probably nothing, or seeing ice maybe and saying like, I don't want ice. But I don't know where that happens. Maybe if you're more confident getting into Mother Brain. I was really happy to find ice. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
ice
tricky.
is definitely a nice thing. It makes ammo also a lot better because you get the Zep skip.
For sure.
RJ's second attempt here at Mother Brain.
Yeah, let's watch this.
Oh, this time he didn't miss any. Shot one extra one, but he has some leeway now here.
Alright, we should be good. RJ should be good here.
Yeah, doesn't look like missing any supers. It's fine to miss a few missiles, so it's okay. Alright. Gets through
Playing
it
it
this
safe.
time.
Yep. That's good. A few more. Alright, she should be dead.
Checking out the escape. It was such a long timer considering it's 2 areas.
Yeah, I think I had, what, 50 seconds or so left? At least when I entered the ship room.
It's 2 massive areas, but it's still just 2 areas, you know?
Right.
I guess it could have been worse. This Norfair is pretty sprawling, I gotta say.
Yeah, 3-minute timer.
Just all the way through Norfair, and then all the way through Kateria, and then the ship. Another attempt at that run there, just get some run speed. I think that's probably smart to do it like that. Instead of going through slowly.
That's one thing I'm pretty bad about, is to prioritize getting momentum on long rooms over moving forward. Because even if you mess up, going back and getting the momentum, like in that case, can make up the time.
Was able to go. No. Was able to go through a lot of those rooms, keeping a lot of speed, so that was good.
I guess I think the same thing happened to me on the full halfy room.
I think people, like, nobody's really used to going through that room with, like, different amounts of speed.
Yeah, and the ceiling and the platforms are pretty tricky in some spots. The way they're spaced out. It's almost like the game designers wanted to mess with the player there, because you just get space jump in the vanilla game right after that. So there's the moonfall.
Almost there. Just getting to the landing site.
Yeah, just making sure he's going the right way. You've got plenty of time. Unless you take a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
It doesn't have a timer up, so I'm not sure what he got there. I don't have the race room open, but get your GGs in chat for RJ the Destroyer.
GGRJ.
We'll see if he decides to come interview or not. It looked like it was a pretty fun seed. It was kind of funny even when I saw like the Norfair map there, and then I'm like, oh well, that's just the rest of the bosses. All right, it's just he's been to 2 areas. The game's over now. I know I've definitely seen things be over quickly, but I didn't really expect it still.
Yeah, this was it. Even with all the bosses being in the first two areas, nobody finished under an hour. And I feel like some of these racers easily could have. Like Mo and Spiffy, both very good. Sponge is very good too. Not to
Yeah,
downplay anybody else, but like,
I think it's just such a long and sprawling map, and the majors are all very out of the way. So I don't know. It looks like it feels. It would just feel bad to play. I would just always feel like I'm making the wrong decision if I was playing this one.
yeah, for sure. Like Meridia? No, that's the wrong call. You were supposed to go to Brinstar. Sounds like RJ's not gonna join. GG though, RJ. It was a
Yeah,
good run.
GGRJ. It was fun to watch. Looked like a good seed. You got to practice things. Do Phantoon. This had a pretty tough Phantoon in this seed too. It looked like it was just like 1E10 or 1E 1R. So you have to at least
Yeah.
be pretty comfortable with Phantoon to be able to get through this.
Yeah, I even got scared at one point when he started doing the flames from the ceiling. And I thought if I take too many hits, this could be bad, and I wanted to farm a little bit. I
Once
love that
he
it
is
was. Oh,
doing
go
those,
ahead.
you can like just crouch in the corner and shoot up and forward, and you're typically okay. You might have to like roll if he stops the flames you from shooting the flames somehow, but like there is an opportunity to farm safely there if you need to.
For sure. On the bottom right corner.
It's both corners, so you can get hit in the corner itself when Phantoon appears the first time, but once he starts like cycling around with flames falling down, it stops. It's weird. I don't really
Oh,
get
I
it.
didn't know that. I've only ever gotten hit in the left corner if I'm crouching, and I'm pretty sure I've never gotten hit in the right corner. So I always thought the right corner was safe.
I think it's just the first one can hit you.
Okay, good to know.
All right, so I guess this is finishing up. Do you have anything else you want to add, Natalie?
Um, Thanks for the restream, and I love that I got to be streamed with RJ. I consider RJ one of my rivals, if I'm honest. So I hope we get to do this again. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. It was fun. Well, I guess it was Aussie who picked the people, but it was my pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for doing it, Simo. Great narration. We appreciate it.
All right, thanks. So everybody, follow the runners. I don't know the command, but yeah, follow Natalie Gonna Be and RJ the Destroyer on Twitch.tv. There'll be more weekly map randos going on, so stay tuned and check out those. And everybody, have yourselves a great day and see you next mission.